YouTube. Today I wanted to discuss our first day of homeschool and our second day, and right now we're in the middle of our third day, and while I'm doing that I'm going to be cooking and chopping, so I won't always be looking at the camera. So some things about our first day. I feel like our first day went a little bit, it was a bit rocky. I had to kind of rush things along a little bit because we had to be at a planning meeting for our co-op. This was, the date was chosen after I had chosen our start date, and I just really didn't want to change our start date for homeschool to accommodate that particular thing. So I decided to try to get homeschool done in the morning before we left to go to that planning meeting. So that made me not quite be at my best. And I had thought about it beforehand, and I wanted to not rush my daughter and things like that, but we all know how it goes whenever you need to be somewhere. So that was constantly in the back of my mind on the first day, and I felt like I wasn't at my best, and it was hard easing my almost 6-year-old back into that transitioning her back to doing homeschool. Got a little bit tongue-tied there. So with that in mind, my first bit of advice for starting out your homeschool year, and my advice to myself, is stay home. That first week, while you're getting used to everything, getting used to that routine again, getting into a new routine, if you're starting a new curriculum or a new approach, take that week and stay home. Of course, that doesn't mean don't go to the park in the afternoon after everything's done for some nature time or outside time. I don't mean that. I just mean no commitments at all during the day. Don't make any. Do things on a whim as they come, as they work out. Because if you're anything like me, no matter how much you plan, no matter how prepared you think you are, it'll still throw a wrench in the works. So the first day was just kind of jumbled because of that. And it was a little bit rough with the literature and things like that we were doing, because my daughter wasn't quite used to that. Narration seems to not be, it'll be slow coming, I think. And that's okay, because we're just getting into that, just learning that method. So on to day 2. Those were my 2 big things with day 1. It felt jumbled and rushed, and then it also felt as if it were hard for the narration portion. Day 2 felt like it was just perfect. Excuse me, I have to shut the window. Day 2 felt as if it were near perfect. We had nothing to do, nowhere to be, but we ended up doing an amazing nature study in the afternoon, where we did go to the bike trail. It was kind of on a whim, and we went for a little walk there and did our nature study outside and did tea time with snacks. But the day was just, overall, it was perfect. I was really proud of my daughter. She was able to just really, she did really well with narration, with everything, and I felt like she was really getting used to it and getting into it and getting into the idea of it. And then we come to day 3. The reason why I'm cooking, the reason why I'm making this video right now, is because she was done. She was just done. And that's okay, because that happens. Happens to all of us, and it's good to know when to stop, when to say when to walk away. It's very important. So we started off our day kind of backwards. I like to get started by 9:30 a.m. But today We were outside having breakfast. After breakfast, I like to let them play outside for a little bit. I have 3 children if you haven't watched previous videos. So we were all outside playing. And then we discovered an earthworm. And this term we're learning about invertebrates. So I figured, great learning opportunity. Let's do nature study now instead of in the afternoon so we can observe the earthworm and sketch the earthworm and things like that. So we went ahead and we did that. And that was fabulous. And it went really, really well. And I was like thinking, oh, this is going to be a great day, a great day. And then after we were done with nature study, we came in. We did our Bible time, which was wonderful and fabulous as always. That's our favorite thing. Then we went into math. Math was good. We were working on addition, so it was good at first. Then we started into subtraction a little bit, just a touch. And my daughter got very frustrated and said, I don't know how to do this. And I wasn't able to stop right then to help her. And we didn't have enough time because I have everything timed out. We didn't have enough time to start into it. So I decided just kind of to skip that today, and we'll start into that either tomorrow or the next day. I'll go over that a little bit more and explain that to her again. We did some subtraction last year, but she needs to have it gone over again. So then we went into our French class time, and today we were working on culture, the French culture. And we watched a folk dance, which I'm really excited about. I think that's going to be what we do for culture this term, is we're going to learn this folk dance. I can't remember the name of it. It's La Grimardi, Marde? Not 100% sure of the pronunciation, but I will figure that out. And I will hopefully be videotaping our family doing that dance at some point. And then after that, we went into phonics, or we did geography then, and we worked on our map. And Annika doesn't like to leave things unfinished or to spread them out over time. So that's something that she will learn from doing this style of the Charlotte Mason style. You're not going to finish everything all in one day. And you're going to piece it out over time. And that to me is a good thing to learn, because you can't get it all done all in one day. There's very few projects in life where you get it all done in one day. So she seemed frustrated that we weren't going to finish the map up today, or at least not all of the water. And so whenever we moved on to phonics, which she isn't too fond of anyways because she's reading really well and I think she just finds it very redundant. Whenever we moved on to that, she was just not into it at all. And then the worksheet, she was frustrated with that because she made a mistake on that, and that was frustrating to her. And then I tried to move her into copy work. She had no desire. And at that point, that was when I realized, okay, I need to say when. We need to stop. We need to take a break. And so that is precisely what we did. That's why I'm making this video. So day 3, what I learned was, even if the previous day went very, very well after a hard start, that doesn't mean that day 3 is going to go well. And I'm still in the learning curve. My daughter's still in the learning curve with this type of learning, following the Charlotte Mason approach. But the beauty of homeschooling is you can do things on your terms, in your own way. You can take breaks when you need to take a break. You know your child better than anybody else. So I knew that she was done. I knew she was just going to continue to get more and more frustrated. So I felt it was best to stop pushing her at that point in time and to instead change gears, let her take a break. I can get something done that I need to get done, and then we'll go back to it at a later time. Now, I'm not going back to phonics and copy work today because that time is just, it's done for today. The things we will be going into are the memorization and recitation, as well as history and drill. And there's no way we're going to have that all done prior to lunchtime. There's just no way. And that's okay. So we'll probably move some of that to the afternoon. And I'm thinking about setting up a whole spread for tea time this afternoon to do that in, to make it a little bit more exciting, a little bit more fun. So I feel like I'm starting to ramble, so I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this is helpful to somebody out there. Don't know how helpful my ramblings are. But thank you again for watching, and I plan on getting out a video every day for the month of August, and then I will probably be transitioning into a weekly schedule after that, after I kind of get the ebb and flow of how our weeks are going to be going. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this about homeschooling, and I plan on doing some cooking videos as well, because I cook a lot. Everything is pretty much homemade from scratch every single day, every single meal. So go ahead and subscribe if you want to see things like that, and I will talk to you later.